What's up, guys? Giancarlo Bodoni here with another video, here with my friend Ben. Okay, and guys, today I want to talk about a pass that I like to do when my opponent starts playing butterfly guard. Okay, so butterfly guard's a really good guard to play. It's easy for you to start entering into X guard, one leg X from there. Start spinning underneath for leg locks, going for butterfly sweeps, setting up guillotines, arm drags. There's so much stuff from butterfly guard. It's one of the most effective guards that there is, one of my favorite guards to play. So when passing butterfly guard, I like to use this one pass in particular because if Ben's playing butterfly guard against me, he's gonna have both his legs in between, both of his feet in between my knees. Okay, as he has both feet in between my legs here, okay, this complicates me to pass to either side. Okay, so if, you know, just for kind of as a conceptually, just if I start moving this way, he's still going to be in butterfly. Okay, if I start moving this way, he's still going to be in butterfly. Same thing as if he was to have hooks on the inside over here. I would have to get around his hook, and I would have to be with one foot in between his leg, or both feet in between his legs. Okay, and then start splitting his legs open from here, or looking to pass around his legs. Okay, so same thing when I'm passing on the knees from butterfly guard. Okay, if I start to just put my weight on him, it's going to be really easy for him to bring me forward and start elevating me, okay, and start going into leg locks, going into one leg X guard, and start going for sweeps here, okay? Same thing goes if he's over here with maybe an underhook or an overhook on my arm, okay? If I just keep my weight on him here, he's going to really easily start being able to come up, okay, and then elevate me and then go for the traditional hook sweep from there, okay? So what I'm looking to do is I'm looking to get one of my legs in between his legs. Okay, so as he has both his legs in between my legs, he has a butterfly guard. If I'm able to get one of my legs in between his legs, I can force a half guard position, which is what I'm going to want to do. So what I'll do is I'll demonstrate it from this side so you can see what's happening over here. As Ben, you know, a lot of times the guy's going to start looking for the underhook over here. I don't mind giving the underhook here. I like to just make a grip over here on the back. Okay, and I kind of push down on his back and sit my hips back, okay? So as I'm over here, I push away and I create a little bit of space between me and him, and I look to take my hand over here, and I can either palm or control his gi pant, okay? If I was going no gi, I would just keep my hands like this, okay? I can control the gi pant, and I can push this leg down, and now watch what I do with my knee. I just bring my knee right on top. Okay, so I make a little transition over here where his feet were in butterfly position. He's in butterfly guard. I push this leg down, and I want to sit my weight on this side. Okay, I'm not going to push his leg down as my weight's this way. Okay, because then he's going to easily just start using these toes on the ground. Okay, to start elevating me and going for the sweep. Okay, so I want to make sure that I use this grip on my back. I'm going to start extending my arm, pushing away, and then I'm going to pin this leg down just for a second for me to be able to bring my knee over like so. Okay, and now I'm going to start looking to pummel in and get an underhook on this side. Okay, now from here, my goal is to be able to put his back flat on the floor. Okay, but I don't want to go straight down this way because he's still going to be able to elevate me this way. Okay, so this is the big mistake people make from over here. Okay, I was able to get my knee, I was able to get inside in between my partner's knees, my partner's legs. Got my knee in between his legs. Now I'm going to start coming this way. I need to look to turn him. So what I'm going to do is I have this grip on his back. Okay, from here I pull the grip, and I'm going to turn him using my underhook over here. Okay, and put his back flat on the floor. Okay, once I put the back flat on the floor, I'm going to half guard with an underhook over here. Okay, and then I can start using my underhook to pass from over here. When I turn him, I end up with my head on this side. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing is I'm going to start using my underhook, and I like to climb my underhook, okay, so that I can start getting his elbow above his shoulder line. Okay, if the hand is too low, okay, and my knee is inside of the half guard, and he's able to trap my arm, okay, it's not going to be, he's going to be able to start tipping me over. Okay, so what I'm going to start doing from here is I'm over here on the half guard. Okay, I start getting my underhook over here, and now I'm going to start getting on my toes, okay, like so. And look at my shoulder position and my head position. My head's going to be blocking his head ear to ear on this side. And I want to lower my shoulder
from his chest right below his chin, okay? So it's not gonna be on his face. It's gonna be below the jaw. So I was here, I start sliding myself nice and tight, chest to chest, ear to ear, forehead posted on the mat, and my underhook is nice and high over here, okay? Now, I like to take my feet pinched together. Don't keep your feet too far apart. Keep your feet pinched together, and I'm gonna start to look to tripod, walking my feet as close to his hips as possible, okay? So my hips are gonna go up in the air, and all my weight is gonna be underneath Ben's chin, okay? Right on his neck. And as I do this as well, if I wanna increase the pressure, I start driving my head into his head this way, okay? Keeping my forehead on the mat, but I push my ear into his ear to turn his head. So it's gonna look like this. I put my toes on the floor, knees off the ground, and I start walking until my feet get as close to his hips as possible, and I give a really nasty pressure with my shoulder underneath his jaw. Okay, sorry, Ben. And now from here, we can transition to either side. I can start to turn my knee outwards and transition to a 3/4 mount, and then start passing from here. Once I get the 3/4 mount, I can start to control the arm this way, or look to pummel and get double underhooks on this side. He's gonna keep the half guard in nice and tight. I'm gonna use my free hook right on his knee, okay? And then I can start to slowly pry his feet up, his knees apart, and I can look to either mount or pummel to either side my legs, and then finish on the knee on belly. Okay, so again, I finished right over here in the half guard, head on this side. I take if my shoulder's too high, I just slide it back down, okay? And I drive my head, forehead on the mat, right next to his head, and I want to try to get my shoulder right under the jaw, okay? Remember, if I want to increase the pressure, I keep driving my head, using my ear against his ear this way, okay? 2 hands on the floor, underhook. Now I need to get my knees off the ground, like so, okay? A lot of times, even when I start walking nice and high, Ben's able to still keep his half guard locked above my knee. Try to get it a little bit above my knee. And I'm not able, from here, I'm not able to start turning. Okay, so what I'm gonna start doing is I'm gonna start shaking. Okay, I'm gonna shake my legs down until I can get my knee free. Once I get my knee free, I pull my knee to my chest. Okay, once I pull my knee to my chest, now I choose the direction I turn. So we saw when we go to the 3/4 mount. Okay, now I'm going to start to turn my hips and point my knee with my leg bent this way. And I transition to a knee cut pass position. Notice that my forehead's still on the floor. So nothing changed except my lower body. My upper body position is exactly the same. If he keeps the legs locked, I'm going to, try to free my leg using the pressure of my head. So I slide my hips slightly down, increase the pressure here. Okay, and then he's gonna want to release the legs like so. But if the guy is really insisting, okay, I can start to push either the top leg if his legs are closed this way, and then free my leg, or if his legs were in the opposite fashion, I can look to push the bottom leg. Free, and then I come here, control the arm, and then raise your head up, okay, and then finish on the side control. Okay, so once more, just revisiting a few details, okay? So my opponent gets me in butterfly guard, okay? I want to, remember, I'm gonna know which way he's gonna wanna sweep me depending on how he positions his body. So he scoots himself nice, scoots himself in, he starts to get an underhook on this side, he's gonna wanna sweep me to this way. So I'm gonna make a grip right here on his back. I'm gonna start to extend my arm and sink myself slightly this way. Okay, at the same time I take my other hand, I push his leg down, okay, and I'm gonna take my knee, okay, watch my knee movement over here. My knee comes over his ankle, okay, and I take my foot out of the butterfly guard, myself out of the butterfly guard. If I drive into him here, he's gonna still sweep me, so I wanna make sure I get the underhook, and I wanna look to turn him this way. Okay, and then I'm over here. Once I get over here, my shoulder has to align right underneath my partner's chin. Okay, so I'm gonna go forehead on the floor, and remember my underhook has to climb up. Okay, keep my underhook nice and high over here. Okay, elbow above my partner's shoulder. If he tries to close the elbow over here, it becomes much more difficult. If my elbow's too low, he may trap my arm over here. Okay, so I want to make sure that I keep my elbow nice and high. Okay, use my shoulder underneath the jaw. So I take my shoulder to my partner's chest, put my forehead on the mat, and slide up. Okay, so that my shoulder's right underneath the jaw. My other hand's out for base. And now I need to start coming to my toes. Okay, keep your feet together. And I want to bring my feet as close to my partner's butt as possible. So I walk 1, 2, 3, 4, until I'm nice and high and I have good pressure over here with the shoulder. Okay, this is really uncomfortable for my partner. I shake, shake, shake if my leg doesn't come out. And now I need to pull my knee to my chest, bending my right knee. So, sorry, Ben. So I'm going to do this motion. As I shook, my knee comes free just to get the last little bit out. I'm going to pull my knee to my chest, like so. And now, see how I have the hip mobility? To turn either direction. I'm just turning my hips. And my knee must be bent. So the reason why a lot of people hurt their knee in this transition when they come this way, okay, is because they try to cut their knee with the leg straight. So if you look here, my leg, I'm just going to posture up for the sake of the technique. If I keep my knee bent close to my hip, my knee's safe, okay? If I start to extend my leg's too extended, and I start to turn my knee this way, that's when I start to get torque on the knee, okay, on the ACL, MCL. Okay, so make sure you want to keep your heel as close to your butt as possible when you're transitioning, when you're cutting the knee, okay? So as I'm over here, I have that underhook, okay? I have my shoulder lined up right underneath Ben's jaw, and I have my head ear to ear. Okay, he has my leg trapped. Okay, I'm gonna look to start walking my toes as close to his hip as possible, putting all the weight into the shoulder. You need to really focus on that shoulder. Okay, now I'm gonna look to free, shaking, shaking, shaking. Okay, bend my leg. And now I can choose a direction. I can either come to the 3/4 mount and look to pommel in, underhook on the far side, and now I use my free leg to hook over the knee, open, and then start to pass from here. Or I can look to start going to a knee cut by walking myself up, okay? Bring my knee in, keep my knee bent, turn my hip. See how my heel's very close to my butt? I can touch my knee on the floor, no problem, without any risk of injury. Okay, once I get over here, I can look to increase the pressure by driving my shoulder into the chin and driving my ear into his head. Okay, make the pressure even more underneath his jaw, and then force him to unlock the legs. If he doesn't unlock the legs there, I'm over here, he keeps them locked over here. I can either push the top knee if his legs are like this, or if his legs are locked in the opposite fashion, I can take my foot to the bottom knee, push, free the leg. Now I control the arm before I posture my head up. I need to control the arm because once I let go of once I put my head up, if his elbow's on the floor, he's gonna be able to escape the hips, join elbow to knee, and then recompose the guard. So make sure you control the bottom arm before you posture your head up. All right, guys, and that's pretty simple but effective pass that I like to use when my opponent gets me to butterfly guard, forcing the half guard and then using the shoulder pressure and the head post to either go to the mount or the knee cut pass. What's guys?
Hey guys, thanks so much for watching the video. If you like my video, please help me grow my channel. Just click subscribe over here. And if you want to see more videos, click any of the videos over here. And guys, if you want to see more in-depth instruction from me, check out my instructional courses at bjjfanatics.com.